What's up, cool people? I'm Matt Conroy, and welcome to some more gameplay on my computer. Um, I realize I said I would see you in the new year in my last video, but then I kind of forgot that my normal cycle and the fact that there's an extra Friday this month means that there's an extra kind of gameplay video thing. Taking a bit of a break from Google Feud and all that, because, a couple of times in a row I think is enough. I don't want to just be too monotonous and do that over and over and over again. So, today I'm going to be playing something a little bit different. I'll just preface it by saying I'm a pretty big fan of, tower defense games, and this is one of my favorites, I'd say, to play. So, once I cue this up here, let's just get right into it. So, here we are, playing Cursed Treasure Tower Defense, and, it might not necessarily be the fanciest or newest or most complex, but still, it's one that I like. Let me just go with my kind of default name for this kind of stuff. And I totally forgot there's like a tutorial level kind of thing. But whatever, not gonna worry about that. So basically you have three different types of towers to work with. This one shoots arrows, this one shoots... I don't know what you'd call the things that it shoots, but something different. And then this one's kind of almost a laser type thing. But yeah, and each one can only go on a certain type of terrain. Like the dens can only go on grass stuff, the crypts can only go on snow, and the temples can only go on the rock terrain. Let's just get this thing started up here. So yeah, it starts off where there's not necessarily a ton going on. Oh, and each tower has like a certain amount of experience that it'll get from each enemy it defeats, and the tower has to level up before you can upgrade it or anything like that. So in the meantime, you pretty much just end up like placing more towers and stuff to make sure you have enough going on. And I'm going to use some of these hotkeys and stuff for, some of the speed controls to make this go a little bit quicker while we're waiting. Let's just start the next attack. Yeah, eventually, at some point, I think one of these towers is going to level up, and then you're going to see a thing. Or maybe not, just since this is the tutorial level, there isn't necessarily a whole lot going on. But the basic point is, you have these villagers and people like that that'll go along the path, and you are essentially trying to keep them from getting down here to where your gems are at the end of the trail. And, oh hey, there's a level up thing. So whenever you see that, red means it has leveled up, but you don't have enough gold to upgrade it. If it turns green, then you have enough gold finally to upgrade it. So anyway, that was the first level there. And your kind of overall player level also goes up eventually. And we'll get to what happens with that later. Yes. Spells and terrain stuff. So, basically, you want to get towers on these little, cloudy spots, because those will give you extra mana, I think it's called, that allow you to use spells and stuff. But then also, with these little flag places, you can put a tower there, and it increases the range by a bunch, as you saw. Yeah, so eventually, you get enough mana and stuff for these spells down here, and you can use them. The one will cut down the trees in a particular spot to open that up for you to place another tower. Other ones will kind of just like... Well, this one essentially gives your towers a temporary speed upgrade, where they'll do more damage, and then this one just does straight amount of damage to whatever enemies come along. You know what? I was going to place another tower there, but given the fact that I can level these guys up, I might go with that first. And now I'll put this guy here. So anyway, yeah, those are kind of the basics to how this game works. I'm going to be playing for a little bit longer just to show some of the other stuff that happens eventually. Especially with the tower upgrades and all that. Eventually it gets to a point where the upgrades kind of split off into different specialties and all that. But it doesn't get too extreme so that you're like wondering what the heck is going on. And I'm going to do that because, yeah, I think you actually get extra experience if the enemies don't touch the gems at all. I mean, it's fine, you know, as long as you have at least one gem remaining anywhere on the track at the end, then you still clear the level, but you get more player experience and that kind of stuff if you keep them all in here at the end of the trail without getting touched. So let's see here. I think I'm going to place just a few more towers in here, maybe one of each kind. Oh, these guys. I hate these guys. Those ones, I believe they call those things ninjas, because the first time that you hit them, they'll, like, disappear for a few seconds. And, like, you can't hit them until they reappear, like, 4 seconds or so later. See, like, here we get into some of the specialties and all that. Don't really have the time to get into too much detail with that right now. Come on. Okay. So, like that. He got to the gem, which isn't great, but it still worked out alright. See, there, I get an excellent rating because I didn't lose any of the gems, but if I don't let the enemies even touch them, I get a better rating, which gives me more experience and that kind of stuff. So, now I have skill points available. The question is, what to spend them on? So you got 3 different overall specialties and that kind of stuff. If you focus on the green area, it'll increase your fire rate of the towers. Blue, you can read the stuff off to the left over here to see what does what. Now, these specifically, this gives you more gold at the beginning of a mission. This gives you more mana at the beginning. And this gives the towers more experience. I am probably going to specialize in this one just because the quicker the towers get experience, the faster you can upgrade them, and then they can do more damage. Plus, you're increasing the demon specialty, which adds even more tower damage on top of that. That one can also be a helpful thing to learn, the Scorching Treasure. So I think I'm going to spend 1 point there as well. And at this point, like, at any given point, you can go back to a level that you've already done and, you know, try to get a better rating on it. I'm not going to bother with that just yet, because I want to show you more stuff that I can do, not less. Yeah, and in case it wasn't clear earlier, you just click over here and then place the tower. It's not a click and drag kind of thing like some games do it. Guess I'll start the next attack, or the first attack really, in this place. Okay, that takes care of them. I'll probably want to place another tower soon. If I don't get one leveling up. But ideally, well, you know what? I got plenty of gold right now, so I'm going to put this one right over here. Start the next attack. And then by the time this is done, I should have enough mana that I can cut down. Yes. Okay. Can chop this thing down, and then put another one of these guys right here, and that'll give me even more mana moving forward. That should hopefully be all the towers of that type that I need to put on the field, though. Yep, this one's ready for an upgrade. Oh yeah, and if you look really closely, you can see the stats that get increased whenever you do the upgrades. I've been trying to not take too much time with this. I'm not going to try and get through this whole game in one sitting. That would be kind of insane. But I do want to get through a reasonable portion of it. So yeah, obviously the further in levels you go, the more enemies that you have to deal with, stronger enemies, and all sorts of fun stuff like that. And are these guys seriously gonna... Cool. Okay, that was close. Almost got to my gems there. That would not have been fun. So anyway. Yeah, now these guys, I think... I guess some of those ones there had like a special kind of running ability that gets activated every so often. You can get descriptions of the enemies if you kind of highlight them as they're over here. But seeing as I'm trying to pseudo speedrun this, I'm not paying much attention to some of the smaller details like that. Because I've already played this game a few times before and I know what's going on. These ninjas are going to be annoying. Now, it does become really nice when you eventually have your towers at such a level that they can kill the ninjas in one hit. Okay, so this thing has a chance to frighten an enemy, which will run away once it gets frightened for a little bit. And this generates mana when it hits an enemy. I generally tend more towards the Chilling Crypt, just because of the I don't know, knockback effect, whatever you'd call that. So anyway, time to speed this back up. Alright, got another crypt ready to level up there. And I guess if I really want to keep this balanced with the types of towers that I have out there, I'll eventually want to put another temple and another den out there. But for now, I'm doing alright with how things are. And okay, so now we have some of the different den upgrades. This one we've got an Orcish Den, which increases the fire rate and the damage. And then there's this one, which is slower, but it does a lot more damage than the Orcish Den. Increases the range, and it also has like splash damage. So for groups of enemies, this thing is really good. But I'm not dealing with any really serious groups right now, so I think I'm going to go with an Orcish Den for this one. And okay. Back to the higher speed. See, now that little bit right there, I don't know if you heard the, like, kind of yelling, screaming thing that the one guy did, but yeah, that was the whole Chilling Crypt effect of him getting frightened and just kind of running around in a panic. Okay, almost to the end of this level. And I'm starting to wonder if I should put some more towers out here now. Maybe put another temple there. Put another den over here. Okay. Jeez. That ninja champion coming up is not going to be fun. Alright, I think I'm going to turn this one into a ballista den just to shake things up a little bit. See, now he's going to get a few seconds without being able to take any damage. But then I do that, and he's dead. So, I get another excellence rating, and, you know, again, eventually you want to try to get all of them at a brilliant rating, but for now, I'll accept excellent. So, let's see here. This one adds mana whenever you build a temple. That can be handy, and since it's just a one-time thing, I think I'll do that. I'm not sure if I have to specifically level up the Scorching Treasure more to open this thing up, or what, but still, I definitely think overall I'm just going to be going with the demon specialty. So I'm going to do that one more time, and maybe do one more of the basic training thing. Okay, so then next time around I'll be able to unlock the Meteor Study, which essentially reduce the cost of that spell. Ooh, this is an interesting level. So, as usual, I'm going to put a crypt right here because it gives it the biggest range, but first I want to put temples at each one of these spots because it automatically gives me a mana boost. Okay, so now I'll put a crypt right here, and I guess that's gonna do it for now. Ugh. Not sure I like that setup a ton, but whatever. Let's put one of these down here. There we go. Try not to let the guy touch my gems. Okay, now I can chop this thing down. Next tower I build is going to be another den in that spot, so I get more mana. Now I have a slight safety net with the dens down here. Next tower I build is probably going to be another crypt in one of these two spots. And there we go. Let's level this thing up. And build another crypt right... Let's put it there. Yeah, also, if you haven't noticed by now, the cost of building each type of tower goes up with each tower of that type that you currently have on the field. Let me know if that confused you at all, the way I tried to explain it there. Doggone it. Guy got to my gem. Oh well. I'm okay settling for an excellent rating right now. Now, the great thing about using the Frenzy spell whenever you get a chance to do that is not only does it let your towers do extra damage, but they're still doing the killing of the enemies, so they still get extra experience in addition to having extra damage dealt. So rather than just dealing a solid chunk of damage that doesn't give them any experience, like with the Meteor, they actually get extra experience along with doing more damage when you use the Frenzy spell. And this one's ready to upgrade again. That's definitely going to be a good spot to have a Chilling Crypt once I get the ability to do that. Because the earlier you can kind of send them backwards, it's so much better. Especially if you also have a kind of a crowd of towers in that area. Because, you know, the longer they're in the crowd of towers, the longer they're able to take a ton of damage. So I think at some point soon here, I'm going to have to build another tower of each type. So let's put a den here. Let's put another crypt here. think I'll just activate the frenzy effect now. Upgrade that temple. And then eventually, once I get enough money, I'll build another temple down around... I think here might be best. See, because the temples don't have a ton of range, so getting them out in the areas that are narrower is generally a good idea. Alright, so I'm going to try to just keep this chugging along now. And, okay, this one's ready to level up. But I don't have enough money. There we go. Chilling Crypt. Okay. Need to wait. Ah, I'm 5 gold short. That's the problem. Okay. Now I can level this den up. See, eventually it gets to a point where, like, you really just don't end up building any more towers anyway, because all the ones you have keep leveling up. So then it's just a matter of waiting on the right amount of gold to officially upgrade them. Okay, which one do I want to do first? As much as I would love to get that guy upgraded, well, I don't have enough gold yet, 1. And 2, these ones will be able to hit all of the enemies, not just a particular one. Doggone it. Be gone! Probably should have used the frenzy, but I didn't really catch that in time for that to be super effective. Now, let's see. If I build an Evil Eye Temple, that essentially does what it is doing now, but gives it more range and damage. This one turns it into basically a constant area of effect around the tower instead. I'm going to go with an Evil Eye Temple right now, because that also makes it take more damage. Build another Chilling Crypt. I'm gonna do a... you know what? Let's make that a Ballista Den. I've already kind of upgraded its range, and now that just makes it even more ridiculous. Plus, having it in the narrower area like that just makes the splash damage all the more effective. Upgrade this guy again, and yeah, I think this is the last level I'm gonna do for now, because I realize my commentary is starting to probably get a little bit repetitive, and I've pretty much gone through all the different tower variations and all that too, so yeah, I think once I finish up this level, that's gonna do it for this little gameplay thing. But hey, let me know your thoughts on this game, whether you enjoy it, whether or not you've played it before, you know. And heck, if you want me to play more of this in the future, then that's fine with me. Yeah, one thing I guess that I hadn't encountered before that I should mention something about. Once... I forget what, like, the maximum is, like, what the maximum level they can reach is, but even once you get past the split into different tower types, they can still level up past that, like I just did with this one that now has, like, the 2 stars thing next to it. But I think it's only a couple more levels after kind of the specializations that then they can't be leveled up anymore. I should probably try adding a couple more towers here since I have the money to do so. Put a crypt there, temple there, and a den there, I guess. Alright, gonna make that an orcish den. Now, one more thought I just had. I'm not 100% sure how official this is, but the ones that do, like, area of effect damage, as long as they're able to target anything around, you know, the spot where a ninja might be, I think then the area of effect will also manage to hit the ninjas that are there. So that's another way that you can kind of counter the whole sneaky ninja hiding ability. But generally the preferred way is to just be able to do enough damage that they, like, die right off the bat. But in any case, whatever makes it work for you, because those ninjas can be really annoying if they're not handled properly. But anyway, I apologize for not really showing you all the different tower types. I didn't show the temple type that has the more area of effect damage, and whoa, this dude's fast. Okay, but anyway. But yeah, it basically ends up just looking kind of like an aura around the tower. Instead of, you know, like a laser thing. But anyway. I'm gonna, I guess, do these couple upgrades here, and I think that will do it for this. Okay, so, there you have it. That was me playing Cursed Treasure Tower Defense. Let me know if you want me to play more of this game or more games of this type. Like I said, I'm a pretty big fan of tower defense games, at least in terms of games that I play online. So, I would definitely be looking to do more of that type of thing. But, you know, I like to try to mix it up here and there. As always, like and share if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to my channel to see more of this and all the other kinds of sort of random things that I do. We'll also be slightly expanding my reach come next year, which really is in just a few days. But anyway, I don't want to give all that stuff away. I'm going to save that for kind of a New Year announcement thingamajig. So anyway, I will see you in a few days when it is officially 2017. And yeah, until then, I hope you're all doing well, and I will see you in the next video. Later.